I see the reason why everybody did not trust this judge and we kept calling it out. All of us was calling it out, talking about we don't trust him at all. He donated to Fani Willis's campaign, him and his wife, and then he make this dumb ruling talking about Fani Willis can stay on the case if she removed Nathan Wade. That right there is just an easy decision for Fani Willis. After all the evidence that Trump lawyers provided, and this judge sit up here and still let Fani Willis pretty much get to choose her fate. She get to choose. I don't care what anybody say. This judge was paid off by Fani Willis. I don't care what nobody say. Cause remember, early on he was already receiving death threats and all type of stuff. This judge has been paid off. There's no way you get that much evidence and you still let Fani Willis stay on the case. That is just ridiculous. That is ridiculous. And we all see that he made the ruling very, very early to get it on out of there. To get it on out there to everybody. But this is just dumb. You provide all the evidence that show that this woman was corrupt and that she needed to be removed. And this right here is what this judge do. Let her decide whether her and her office can be removed from Trump case or she can let Nathan Wade stay. Why would she just let Nathan Wade stay? That's an easy decision for her. I mean, this is just, man, this is stupid. And I've said it plenty of times and I'm going to keep saying it. This woman done paid off Judge McAfee. And that man know re-election is coming up, and so now he going to try to let Fani Willis decide what she wants to do. So he was trying to say that it didn't have anything to do with it. That's a lie. That re-election had a lot to do with the reason why he didn't want to remove her. That's just crazy. But like I said, this one right here is coming from Doug because I want to hear what Doug got to say about it. And he said, you won't believe what the judge said about Fani Willis. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight into it. Let's get Doug's perspective on it. I will leave the original video in the description. Make sure y'all go to Doug's channel and let him know that I sent you, all right? Let's go ahead.
Check. Here we go. Okay, we're on. Welcome to Doug in Exile. Guys, the Fani Willis, Judge McAfee made a decision today, and it got announced today. So that's going to be just the first one. This is going to be a very short video. I'm just threw a mic on and just started going. Briefly, the bottom line is the judge told Fani Willis, you have to remove Nathan Wade or give up you and your entire office have to give up the entire case. There. I have the legal document here. We can actually read it. It's 23 pages long. I'm not going to read 23-page decision from Judge McAfee. He just showed that he took his time to be thorough and put this thing together correctly. We're not going to read all the correct. I'm going to give you the summary of the whole thing. How's that? Welcome to Doug in Exile. I'm Doug Tenaple. This is where the Happy Patriots are. We've been following Fani Willis since even before before she went viral, before the controversy. So I think we can already all guess what Fani Willis is probably going to do if she wants to keep this case, and if they think it's strong enough, she will throw Nathan Wade under the bus. That's if she wants to, if she goes like, look, I'm gonna, and she seems pretty proud and pig-headed. I think she's going to stay on this thing just get rid of Nathan Wade there. And then she gets to continue her prosecution. She's not going to, this thing is not going to go to trial, guys. This ain't going to happen. They may be able to, just to seat a jury, okay? How long does it take to seat a jury in a RICO case? Last time Fani Willis, it took like over a year. And so that was a very public, drawn-out case. You can't seat a jury. Ain't going to happen before Trump gets elected. Before the election happens. So their desire to have this thing affect an election is not going to work. Here's the legal document. I'm looking at it from documentcloud.org. And in fact, I could probably point, I'm not going to point the camera at it. I'm just going to read it to you. It's a little easier. In the Superior Court of Fulton County, State of Georgia versus Donald J. Trump, Rudolph Williams Giuliani, Mark Meadows, Jeffrey Clark, Robert Cheeley, Michael Roman, James Schaefer, Harrison William Prescott Floyd, that's Harrison Floyd, Kathleen Latham, the order on defendant's motion to dismiss and disqualify the Fulton County District Attorney. So this is something that they all put together to try and disqualify Fani Willis. Which is really, so this is a second case. After Fani Willis went after Trump, these defendants all went after Fani Willis. On January 8th, 2024, that was early this year, defendant Mike Roman filed a motion to dismiss the indictment and disqualify the Fulton County District Attorney's Office. 8 co-defendants later joined and supplemented the motion, raising additional grounds for disqualification. Among other allegations of disqualifying conduct, the defendants contend that the district attorney obtained a personal stake in the prosecution of this case by financially benefiting from her romantic relationship with Special Assistant District Attorney Nathan Wade, whom she personally hired to lead the state's prosecution team. Now, the judge does not go on to say he was found guilty of that. He just goes, look, he said, she said, but this is obviously looks like impropriety. And therefore, you will resolve this thing by doing this. Now, we're going to get to I'm skipping 23 pages of all this backfill by the judge, which is fine, to get to the final paragraph, which is always the conclusion where they sign their order. They go, therefore, this is Judge McAfee, this is the final paragraph. We're going to read that together, and that should be able to conclude most of this thing for you. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Conclusion. Whether this case ends in convictions, acquittals, or something in between, the result should be one that instills confidence in the process. Anybody getting more and more confidence in the process with Fani Willis? I mean, Judge, I got bad news for you, buddy. Not only is your court a laughingstock, all of Fulton County is a laughingstock, all of Georgia's a laughingstock, and people are horrified at the thought that there's a district attorney named Fani Willis rolling around. How's Harrison Floyd supposed to feel about this complete, unprofessional, scamming amateur?
Yeah, I mean, all the stuff that happened, that's what kind of getting me. That right there is what made me say, this judge has been paid off. This judge was threatened. I mean, come on. He knew re-election was coming up. He tried to throw it out there earlier and was like, the re-election is not going to change my look on. Yes, it did. Of course, you ain't going to admit to it. Yes, it did. There was too much evidence on Fani Willis for him to pretty much just left her on the case. Now you letting her decide. You know how easy it is for her to say, okay, Nathan, you just step down. Because think about this. If she get rid of that whole case, right? I'm going to tell you how easy this is for Fani Willis. If she was to just get rid of this whole case, that'll tell everybody that her and Nathan Wade been together for the longest because she picked Nathan Wade over going after Trump. So you see what I'm saying? So she's not going to do that. She's pretty much going to just get rid of Nathan Wade. And she's going to try to stay on the Trump case and keep going after Donald Trump. That is easy for her. That judge knows that crap. Because like I said, if she's dropped the Trump case and be like, no, I'm not going to get rid of Nathan Wade, that right there just lets everybody know that she's been with him, just like everybody been saying. And we know. But she's not going to do that. So this judge, I mean, and I knew it. When I found out that him and his wife donated to her campaign and Fani Willis was his boss at one point in time, I just had that feeling that he was not going to remove her. I knew it was going to be some crap. But I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, okay, let's just be patient. Let's see what he do. But Trump lawyers, Steve Sadow, all of them gave him all that evidence. Cell phone data. Terrence Bradley lying. You can see the text messages. He lied by when the relationship started. And then Fani Willis' best friend even testified that it started in 2019. It's like this judge had all this evidence and still let Fani Willis stay on the case. This is just ridiculous. I mean, I don't get it. Paid off Judge McAfee.
Sure. Like, I really think McAfee blew it on this one. He did not go deep enough. And I don't just mean that as a partisan Trump supporter. Of course I'm a partisan Trump supporter, but If the goal is to instill confidence in the process, how's everyone feeling about confidence in the process these days? Good Lord. A reasonable observer, unburdened by partisan blinders, should believe the law was impartially applied, that those accused of crimes had a fair opportunity to present their defenses, and that any verdict was based on our criminal justice system's best efforts at ascertaining the truth. This is BS, my friends. Does anybody feel that right now? Dude, if I'd practically feel like going to Mexico, I would go on the run before I'd stand before a jury of my peers in Fulton County, Georgia. Are you kidding me? You might as well just throw me straight in jail. That's seriously how I feel. I'm sorry. If I was going to be put on trial in New York, in Washington, D.C., or Fulton County, Georgia, I would literally feel like there's not going to be justice. This is what makes people duck and run. Go to another country and disappear. Are you kidding me? Okay. Any distractions that detract from these goals, if remedial under law, should be proportionally addressed. After consideration of the record established on these motions, the court finds the allegations and evidence legally insufficient to support a finding of an actual conflict of interest. However, the appearance of impropriety remains and must be handled as previously outlined before the prosecution can proceed. The defendant's motion are therefore granted in part and denied in part. So ordered, this 15th day of March, 2024, Judge Scott McAfee, you failure. Yep. You failure. He really could have tightened up the law in this.
He really could have tightened up the law. Even one of Trump lawyers said the same thing. If you let her get away with this, imagine what all the other DAs around the world is going to do because you let it happen. And he was too scared to say that this woman is disqualified. Didn't want to do it. Didn't want to remove it. He had all the evidence in the world. The woman came up in the courtroom yelling, screaming, throwing papers. They lied about their relationship. I mean, it was just so much evidence. And this woman still get to remain on the case. I'm telling you now, this is a easy choice for Fani Willis. Y'all know how easy this is for her to choose and just say, Nathan Wade, just step down. I want to continue going after Donald Trump. You know how easy it is for her to say that? And I'm going to repeat exactly what I said earlier. Because if she choose Nathan Wade and get rid of that, everybody going to be like, I told you her and Nathan Wade was together. You see who she chose. She's not going to do that. If she do, it'll shock the crap out of me, I tell you that. But just giving her that option, it's like, no. This judge was threatened and paid off. I don't care if nobody's, man, they gave this judge something, and he knew re-election was coming up. This man, he knew something. Because you had too much evidence just to let Fani Willis walk and just let her decide her own fate. Pretty much what he did. Crazy.
It's one thing just by going in and going nuclear on Fani Willis and this whole thing going, look, this whole thing is dirty. This whole thing, Trump is not going to get justice. This is a scam from the top down. He did not have the balls to stand up like an adult male, and he squished. McAfee, you're a squish. You're what's wrong with the system.
Yep.
You hurt the legal system you claim to protect. You actually ended up protecting the mockery of it. You're a scrub. I got nothing for you, you hack. This pretends like you're trying to be fair and with the law. And really, you're funny. It shows you do not have common sense. And this is what's wrong with our legal system, ladies and gentlemen. I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comments below. This has been, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, tell your friends, McAfee blew it. I'm done.
He sure did. He sure did blew it, man. Shout out to Doug. Like I said, I will leave the original video in the description because I wanted to hear, I already knew what I was going to say. I wanted to hear what Doug had to say to kind of, mix both our eyes, perspectives in, but this is just crazy. I just had a feeling. A lot of y'all was telling me that too. Y'all like, hey, dog, I do not trust this judge. And I've said the same thing, but I was like, let's just be fair. Let's just see what he's going to say. But when all this other stuff start coming out that him and his wife donated, he used to work for her, a lot of people just didn't see him just removing her. So it's like, come on, man. This is ridiculous. But y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about this. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.